As we learn to read Greek, it's very important to understand how Greek is different from English. There are many parallels between languages and many similarities that will help us, but it's important to understand Greek as Greek. And one of the most fundamental differences between English and Greek has to do with the topic of word order and what's called inflection. English is a language that depends very highly on word order to indicate the relationship between words, especially between nouns and verbs. Take this English example. John spoke the message to Herod. What we have here is the subject, John, the verb, he spoke, the object, the message, and the indirect object, it's to Herod. John spoke the message to Herod. In English, it's entirely the word order that indicates which word is the subject and which word is the object and indirect object. For example, if we change the order of some of these words, the sentence will mean something else. So this example, Herod spoke the message to John. Now Herod is the subject. The verb is the same, the object is the same, but the indirect object is John. Now what's changed in this sentence compared to this sentence? Well, obviously, the word order. We've put Herod at the beginning of the sentence and John at the end. And now those words have a different function in the sentence. Now, while English is heavily dependent on word order to communicate the relationships like this between words, in Greek, it's not like that. Greek is dependent on what we call inflection. So that when you change the function of a word, so here John is the subject, and here Herod is the subject, when you change whether a word will be the subject or the object, the word itself changes in the way it's spelled. So that the ending of the word is altered. You can still recognize that it's the word for John or it's the word for Herod, but the ending will change, and that will indicate whether the noun is functioning as the subject, as the object, or as the indirect object. And the way that it will change for nouns refers to the changes in what's called case endings, and we'll explore that very soon. The case endings change. But the main point here is to say that Greek is not dependent on the word order. We could put these words in almost any order in Greek, and it would still mean the same thing because of inflection. Those word endings tell you which word is the subject, which word is the object, and which word is the indirect object.